Now!
Okay, so after my video earlier today, I was intrigued about Lithia Water Natural Springs myself. So when I came home, I did some research, and here's what I found.
What's your name?
Lithia water is defined as a type of mineral water characterized by the presence of lithium salts, such as the carbonate, chloride, or citrate of lithium. Natural Lithia mineral spring waters are rare, and there are few commercially bottled Lithia water products. Between the 1800s and World War I, that would have been 1917.
Nothing.
The consumption of bottled Lithia mineral water was popular. One of the first commercially sold Lithia waters in the United States was bottled at Lithia Springs, Georgia in 1888. During this era, there was such a demand for Lithia water that there was a proliferation of bottled Lithia water products. However, only a few were natural Lithia spring waters. Most of the bottled Lithia water brands added lithium bicarbonate to spring water and called it Lithia water. With the start of World War I and the formation of the new U.S. government food safety agency, that would be the FDA, mineral water bottlers were under scrutiny. The new agency posted large fines against mineral water bottlers for mislabeled, misrepresented, or adulterated products. These government actions and their publicity, along with public works that made clean tap water readily accessible, caused the American public to lose confidence and interest in bottled mineral water.
She was going to kill us.
Lithia water contains lithium salts, including lithium citrate, an early version of Coca-Cola available in pharmacies' soda fountains, called Lithia Coke, was a mixture of Coca-Cola syrup and Bowden Lithia Spring Water. The soft drink, 7-Up, was named Bib Label Lithiated Lemon Lime Soda. Let's say that again. Bib Label Lithiated Lemon Lime Soda. When it was formulated in 1929 because it contained lithium citrate. The beverage was a patent medicine, marketed as a cure for hangover.
The day will come.
Who knew, right? Lithium citrate was removed from 7-Up in 1948. So that one lake I told you was drained, I'm kind of wondering, did maybe the government drain that lake for the purpose that I'm about to get into? Let me keep reading. Let's look up lithium citrate.
Fear the Walking Dead is brought to you by Audi.
Starting a new chapter can be the most thrilling thing in the world. There's an abundance of
lithium citrate, that's Li3C6H5O7. That's the chemical compound. Is a chemical compound of lithium and citric acid that is used as a mood stabilizer in psychiatric treatment of manic states and bipolar disorder. There is extensive pharmacology of lithium, the active component of this salt. Lithia water contains various lithium salts, including the citrate.
New York Magazine raves it's a masterpiece. This is Wes Anderson's best movie.
It's used to treat mania, hypomania, depression, and bipolar disorder.
Tell the kids. I will.
The world will never be the same.
Asteroid City. Rated PG-13.
Now, if we look up
Los Angeles and theaters everywhere.
lithium carbonate is an inorganic compound. I'm sorry, let me say that again. Inorganic compound, the lithium salt of carbonic acid, and the formula Li2CO3.
I like to keep it toned down and simple.
That's 2 molecules of lithium and 3 molecules of carbon dioxide.
Isn't that right, co-host Ron?
This white salt is widely used in processing metal oxides. It is on the World Health Organization's list of essential medicines
Yeah, you sent me that. Sure. Everyone keeps
for its
asking.
efficiency in the treatment of mood
Even my
disorders.
French neighbor.
Lithium carbonate is an important industrial compound. Its main use is a precursor to compounds used in lithium-ion batteries.
Send me that.
Let me say that again.
Sure.
It is used in lithium
No fees or
ion
minimums and no overdraft fees.
batteries.
Or another reason banking with Capital One.
Glasses derived from lithium carbonate are used in ovenware. Lithium carbonate is a common ingredient in both low fire and high fire
Listen,
ceramic
your
glaze.
just has to work.
It forms low melting fluxes with silica and other materials. Its alkaline products are conducive to changing the state of metal oxide colorants in glaze,
Yes.
particularly red iron oxide, that's Fe2O3. Cement sets more rapidly when prepared with lithium carbonate and is useful in tile adhesives. When added to aluminum trifluoride, it forms LiF, which yields a superior electrolyte for the processing of aluminum. Rechargeable batteries, and here's why I think they drained that lake. Remember, it's a natural Lithia Spring and rare. Alright? Rechargeable batteries. Lithium carbonate derived compounds are crucial to lithium-ion batteries. They use lithium-ion batteries for solar panels and rechargeable batteries. Lithium carbonate may be converted into lithium hydroxide as an intermediate. In practice, two components of the battery are made with lithium compounds, the cathode and the electrolyte. The electrolyte is a solution of lithium hexafluorophosphate, while the cathode uses one of several lithiated structures, the most popular, which is lithium cobalt oxide and lithium iron phosphate.
Follow your vibe. Busy. Flavor for every vibe. Please tell me what the hell you're doing out here.
Did they drain that lake because we want to go electric cars and stuff? Good question, then. There was no other reason to drain that lake. And if you remember, I told you they drained that lake and they said it needed repairs. How do you repair a lake without changing anything? They didn't build a new dam or anything. I think we were allowed to. They needed that water
No one's going to hear.
to make all these batteries.
Morgan and Madison.
In 1843, lithium carbonate was used to treat kidney stones or bladder stones. In 1859, some doctors recommended a therapy with lithium salts for a number of ailments, including gout, urinary calculi, rheumatism, mania, depression, and headaches. No wonder they took it out of soda. Soda's cheaper than medicine. If you could get the lithium in the Coca-Cola, your headache goes away. Big Pharma don't want that. They make more money off of you, buying their pill, and God knows what's in that. In 1948, John Cade discovered the anti-manic effects of lithium ions. This finding led to lithium carbonates used as psychiatric medication. We've already covered that. It just goes on into some of the medical uses they could be using, and it comes from natural spring. Imagine what you can find out in the woods if you know what you're looking for. According to the FDA, 300 to 600 milligrams of lithium carbonate taken 2 to 3 times a day is typical for maintenance of bipolar I disorder in adults, where the exact dose given varies depending upon factors, which must be monitored by a physician. They don't want you to heal yourself naturally, see? However, there are some side effects and risks. Extended use of lithium to treat mental disorders has been known to lead to acquired nephrogenic diabetes insipidus.
For another place to live.
Now, what that means is I'm gonna have to look that word up because I'm not a scientist. I would assume you have some sort of diabetic or dependency on it. I don't know. Lithium intoxication can affect the central nervous system and renal system and can be lethal. Over a prolonged period, lithium. Now, this is what they're saying.
For helping me to find my daughter.
But
And for helping me to find
they're making it sound like it's worse for you than their medications, which also has a side effect that can probably, in a lot of cases, is worse than your illness in the first place.
Whatever comes next for you or those kids.
Over a prolonged period, lithium can accumulate in the principal cells of the collecting duct and interfere with antidiuretic hormone, ADH, which regulates the water permeability of principal cells in the collecting tubule, medullary interstitium of the collecting duct system, something in the brain. Okay, and here it can.
Believe I was leaving them in safe hands.
I'm not so sure they'll agree. I don't think they'll ever see me as anything except the woman who took their kids away from me.
They will.
It causes dehydration.
If you'll give them good reason to.
I mean, it does have salt in it.
Truly believe that.
He's right, Madison.
You ever drink salt water?
You gave me
You
a
feel
reason
thirsty
to
right after that.
It's on the inventory back on the end. But you should have it back.
And it can cause a low sodium diet. Well, because you're drinking the salt, you won't sprinkle salt on your food.
Thank you, Madison.
Now let's look at some of these other. Let's look at lithium chloride and see what that is. Lithium chloride is a chemical compound. The salt is a chemical ionic compound with certain covalent characteristics. The salt forms crystalline hydrates. It can be regenerated by heating the hydrates.
We will always be with you.
And it can be used to make ammonia. Used to make ammonia. I'm kind of reading some of this stuff that I found. I'm scanning through it. It sounds like to me it worked too good and they just wanted to take it off the market and force you to buy pills when you can drink this stuff for free.
The monsters ain't just in the shadows, they're in broad damn daylight.
Boy, you can find all kinds of things on this information highway called the internet. All you gotta do is look it up. You know. Let's see, it was used, lithium salts affect the central nervous system. For a short time, it was manufactured as a salt substitute for people with hypertension, tremors, fatigue, and nausea.
Didn't need a charge.
There's a chance that when we push that button, we destroy the world. We're in a race against the Nazis. I have no choice.
Now let's see, lithium citrate is a chemical compound. That's a mood stabilizer. I think I've already covered that one. That's the one that is in Coca-Cola. Yeah. They want you to take an Advil. They don't want you to drink a Coca-Cola with lithium, Lithia water in it and the headache go away. What's the price of a Coke compared to a bottle of, say, Motrin or Advil or Paraspirin or something these days?
Wendy's Strawberry Frosty is back for the summer.
Stuff comes out of the ground naturally. God put it there for a reason. They don't want you to use it.
Bro, you look like
But
a strawberry.
I'm gonna look into that draining that lake.
Choose Wendy's.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not anti-government, but I am anti-corrupt government, like any American should be if you read the Constitution of the United States. There was no reason to drain that lake. There wasn't a busted dam. There wasn't a hole in the bottom. There was nothing, no reason. No reason. And everybody around here was scratching their head going, why are you going to drain that lake? Well, now we know. We're trying to move into all electric cars and everything. Well, they got to come up with the lithium ions to make the batteries.
Says no
How much water was in that lake? How many thousand metric tons of water was in there?
And ripe raspberry flavors.
A couple of million. That'd make quite a few batteries.
More purely favorites.
Anyways, I just wanted to educate you because I mean, when I read that about the Lithia Water Natural Springs on Camp Croft, myself, I got
¿Cuáles son tus intenciones con mi nieta?
the whole rest of the afternoon. I was intrigued as why that was so special and why it's so rare. Now I know. And I imagine Native Americans, which we have the Catawbas, the Cherokees, the Eastern Band of the Cherokees here. I'm pretty sure they probably used it as medicine wells. You go down and go swim in the lake and drink some of the water and be healed. Go back to doing what Native Americans did back then. Anyways, I just wanted to pop on. I'm gonna pop on here and give you a brief rundown on the information I found as far as natural Lithia water and what it was used for back in the day. And if you notice, 1948, the time they cut that, turned that park into a state park, is about the time they quit using water in 7-Up for medicine and in Coke at the same time. 1948.
the name Padre gave him?
Yeah, but he made it his own.
Something to think about.
No one could take that from him.
I remember my grandmother when I was probably 6 or 7 years old. I had a what's this hand? I had a wart right here on my hand. And she took it off with a bean leaf. A regular bean leaf. She went out into the garden. We had string beans growing. She picked the bean leaf off of the plant, crushed it up, and it made like a oil, kind of like an oil paste kind of stuff. And she rubbed that stuff on that wart, and in 2 weeks that thing was gone. Worked better than Compound W.
Of us.
Grandmas knew that stuff.
No matter where we go, what we do, it just stays the same.
Yeah, when you grow up poor, you take medicine. It might not look good, and it might not taste good, but Grandma's medicine worked, Jack. For whooping cough,
Never stops. Never stops.
a shot of old Mr. Boston's Rockin' Rye usually knocked that whooping cough out. It has something to do with the lemon juice that's in it. Lemon. A lot of singers in country music will talk about drinking lemon water. Boy, can you imagine what that'd sound like if they drank Lithia water? Something to think about. Wonder how many other medicines are out in the woods that not in use anymore, or not used widely. I'm gonna find out for you, and I'll bring it to you right here on Out and About with Sam I Am. Y'all have a good evening.
Think